What is up, people? It is Friday, or at least it's Friday while I edit this. Y'all probably won't see this till after the weekend or something. But get this out of the way so I can go get some Fallout 4 in my life tonight. My controller's getting cold in the next room. It's calling out to me, you know? Right on. Anyway, I have been looking forward to this. Super Duper Mart. This is like one of my favorite places from Fallout 3. It just brings back all the feels, and I really can't wait to see what they did with it here in Fallout 4 with all the added details and make it all really creepy. I'm sure they did. So watch, we walk in and everything's pristine, lights are on, and there's a family of ghouls living here apart from the wasteland. You never know when you walk through a door what kind of surprise Fallout's gonna throw at you. It's awesome. It makes exploring like so worth it. And how is all this stuff back? Didn't I like just clear out this bank before I left? Why is all this stuff back here again? Let's see. The store we closed. Yeah, the money's back. What? They're re-robbing the bank? I don't get it. Well, what about this? Wow, the whole money stash is back. What's up with that? Why? I guess I understand you need crafting materials, but hey, note to Bethesda. Don't dumb down the game by making stuff too easily available just because a few crybabies who don't actually play RPGs snibbled about it. They're the same crybabies who say, I'm used to camping in a corner behind a bush with my sniper rifle and people running in front of my gun. The combat's too hard. Dumb it down some for me, please. Same type of crybabies. If you build your games around that, you're going to destroy the very fabric of what makes your game great. Okay, so don't do that. I understand all the developers are doing that so they can get everyone's money. They make them, here, heavy quotes and heavy italics. Making the game more easily accessible means just that, destroying the fabric of what makes your game great, right? So that you can get a few quick bucks from people who otherwise might not play your game because they don't want to do the things that make your game great to the people who love your games for that reason. Like for me, the bread and butter of my RPG experience is finding the next best loot, right? And feeling rewarded when I do, and then using it so I can go find even better loot, right? That's like the major part of the whole exploring thing. That's the whole point. If I don't need to go in every corner to go find something, then, well, I might not. Well, I still probably will. But I'm just saying, all right? Don't listen to those guys. They're going to ruin your franchise. Yeah, easily accessible means destruction of a franchise, just like politically correct means lying, okay? It's just another way of saying it. Just saying. All right, but in this case, with the building so massive, and the fact that they probably expect most players to put 5,000 hours into this game, at some point, someone probably won't want to have to go into every corner and crevice, and will want to just be able to pick up their stuff. Although they do have merchants for that. Merchants to sell bulk items. Well, you got to have caps for that. Well, that means playing the game and earning caps. Well, I don't want to have to play the game. I don't want to have to level. I don't want to have to look for stuff. I don't want to have to actually fight. I don't want to have any skill. Really? You're playing this game why then? Why did you spend your money on this? I borrowed it from a friend. Okay, so Bethesda's developing their game around your criticism then? No, not good for the rest of us. All right, so I hope Bethesda's listening. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not hearing a word I'm saying. All right, whatever. Yeah, I had the same crying and sniveling about Inquisition and Dark Souls 2 also. It's making it more readily accessible. Ruined it, really. Inquisition, they came back and fixed some of it. They at least brought in some combat challenges to bring back something resembling Nightmare Mode. They did do that. But anyway, enough of that.
Sweet.
Quick rant over. Just a concern. I love Fallout with a passion, and hate to see anything creeping in, any bad influences creeping in and misleading it, right? Yeah, anyway. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, I probably will be exploring just about every computer. The little tales that they tell and the stuff that you might get from them. We found holotapes, all kinds of stuff, so totally worth it. In fact, the very first computer, I think, in the game that you come across, or one of the first ones, gives you the Red Menace game, right? The Donkey Kong one. Yeah, so there you go. Totally worth stopping to just check them out. Now, what's totally not worth it is sitting here having to rehack this novice computer 50,000 times. I know there's a way to like reduce the duds and stuff with brackets, or you know, I've never gotten into that because I like doing it like this because I do it by deduction, right? I like one word will say it has one common letter with all the other words, and so you look for words sharing that letter. The words that don't have that letter in them are obviously out, right? So you can start to deduce, you know, proper word from, you know, elimination. And I like that. It's kind of like a puzzle. All right. Activate the Tektron. Guess we'll just give him default. I'm not sure which settings can make the Protectron hostile towards me, as well as everyone else.
Protectron on duty.
One thing I remember from Super Duper Mart and Fallout 3 was if you grab the employee badge, the Protectron would recognize you as an employee and go attack all the rest of the raiders. But if you didn't have it, he would assume you were a trespasser also and start shooting you in the face. So I'm not sure how these robots work here. Not sure how they consider you friendly or not friendly. Also notice you can relock and re-pick locks. I don't know if it counts as another safe pick. I'm assuming... Oh, yeah, we got our first school. Let's see if I can't get a one-shot here. Okay, that would have been bad. Yep, got a one-shot. And woke the rest of them up. I'm sure there's more. Where there's one, there's about a dozen, right? Isn't that how it goes? There we go. There's all his buddies. Oh, wow. He slapped the shit out of that ghoul. Well, that didn't last long, did it? Not much of a fight. Okay. Note to self. Robot melee is something to be reckoned with. Don't go toe-to-toe with a robot. I'll remember that. Alright, so I'm going to try to run like a grid pattern here and make sure I don't miss anything here. I'll bet you there's some good stuff to be had. This is a ruined supermarket after all. Coca-Colas. Quantums. Sweet. Woke a ghoul up. I can already hear it. There he goes. Damn, couldn't quite catch him in the head. Where you going, buddy? Got him. Yeah, what's not good for actual, like, health or aid is good for crafting. I love everything being relevant. No, the way I'm kind of looking at it is if items don't respawn, right? Then you have to go looking for that extra stuff depending on the amount of building you want to do. If you want to do a lot of settlement building, now for all I know, the settlement building requires so much stuff that there isn't even enough stuff in the world to handle it because there's really no limit to what you can build. You can build pretty much as long as you stay within the little like green border they give you or whatever to build in. As long as you stay in that, then you can pretty much go as big and as high as you want and throw anything in there. So there's really kind of no limit to the amount of materials you can use. It needs to be there. But once again, the merchants will provide bulk shipments of stuff. So that kind of makes up for that. There's really no need to have this stuff like respawn immediately. Except once again, just to cater to those who may be like lazy concerning that. I don't mind having to go to a new place to find new stuff. It's purpose. It gives you reason to go see, you know, see the world and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, a little on the fence about that one. Oh well. Oh, really? All right, let's see. Get up here. There we go. Anybody else? I know there's more back there. Nope. Yeah, ghouls don't just come in ones. No, no, no. If I go drop all this off at the drive-in too, I might actually have some steel to work with, right? Okay, so question. That's the case. You know, I'm wondering because like I can't picture coming back in here and every single like shopping basket like that right there respawning too. I mean, maybe. And if I need a source of steel for another settlement and stuff, I know where to go. Come here and pick up all the shopping baskets and the friggin' robot oil or whatever. I mean, I guess. Now this is a ruined supermarket with all the amenities. Like a little cafeteria, a little, yeah, place with phones. Get him. Yeah, I was gonna say, I knew it wasn't just one. There had to be a few of them back here. Look at all this. That's what I'm talking about. Give me all that. What if I really just had the inventory space to literally grab everything? And I mean everything, everything. On that note, though, I probably will not invest in the strong back park. That's one that I've never invested in before, and I probably won't here either. If I have to make an extra trip back to drop off loot, I'll do it. That's fine. I'm gonna spend that point on something else. Now, maybe, you know, like in game, if I literally get to the point where I've got a point in everything I need, I'm just throwing trash points around. If it gets to that point, sure, but by then probably wouldn't need it anyway. Probably would have so much stuff under my belt, wouldn't really matter. Well, I guess this was the liquor aisle, right? There we go. One more ghoul released from his torment, as the Brotherhood of Steel might say. That's how the Lion's Den used to talk about the super mutants. Yeah, I'm wanting everything. I'm serious. I want everything here.
Nice.
All right, what do we got? That's not a ghoul. It's a Minutemen. Okay. Yep, got the short laser musket. Where? Oh, they're coming through the windows. Oh, okay. Take that. I was thinking about how that critical meter could play in, and with all the perks they have to buff the rate at which you gain, you know, critical points or whatever towards your gauge, and then chances to automatically read all the different stuff, man, that could play into a couple different builds. Honestly, really well into what I plan for this build, and then into a melee build also. I see it being crucial for a melee build. I have a melee build in mind. I really do. For survival. Light armor melee build for survival. It's going to rely heavily on sneak also. Of course. Light armor just means you just don't expect to get hit a lot because, well, you can't get hit a lot. And just something just doesn't seem all that realistic about sneaking around in a full set of power armor. I can't see being real sneaky like that. Sorry, that just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to guess by the massive number of ghouls in here, and there's a few skeletons and stuff, but quite a few ghouls. Either people that took refuge in here to loot and got highly irradiated by something, turned into ghouls, or people that just didn't die in the original blast and were here and they've just subsequently starved. I wonder if that may be part of it, like a lot of these ghouls that are dead, and then the ones that are laying down and you basically like wake them up type thing. If they're just weak from lack of food, meaning probably people. Lack of people to eat. I guess any skeletons you'd see laying around would have been those that were eaten or something. Who knows?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure how I missed that. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm catching both health bars.
Law and order has prevailed.
Law and order has prevailed. We got a straggler over there. Stop hitting my dog, freak. Man, where'd they come from? There seriously is no shortage of these guys in here. Here we go. Well, the more ghouls, I guess the more stuff, right? Okay. That's cool. There was two of them over here, I know that. Whatever. I know there's still one wandering. I'm getting a caution anyway.
My arm.
Oh wow, got myself with that somehow? Oh, what a legendary. Damn. Okay, I don't think I want to run into a legendary deathclaw.
Justice will
Crippling pipe wrench. There we go. Legendary item.
end fairly.
I guess that's unique. Unique item. There, I guess I would only find one of those or whatever. Hopefully you can still mod legendary stuff. I think we've already picked up one or two other legendary or star items, but yeah, if you can mod them, that's even better.
Hey.
Dog's cool, man. Wow, look at all that. Then, I mean, we just came back from dropping off everything. That's what we found just in here. That's crazy. The inventory space is a whole different thing when everything matters, right? So even in the bathroom? Seriously? Stay down. You can't even use the bathroom in peace anymore. Anything worth actually, looks like there is something. Sweet. I can just imagine what the assembly plant has in it. Oh man. We might make a couple trips back from there before we're done. That's fine. Hopefully there'll be a lot of things involving like steel and stuff like that. Hopefully. And if it is a pretty good source of steel, it may be a place to return to also. Just about every window has dropped a ghoul on me. So something of a storeroom and maintenance area back here or something then, I guess. Yeah, so if I was wearing power armor, then that would be like gold right there then, I guess. It has crossed my mind that there might be a benefit to leaving those also. If there's something to not taking the power cores, but leaving them behind. Kind of wonder. I haven't been through this room, have I? Uh-uh. I'm sure I'm walking right by stuff too, but that's cool. I'm just really digging the way that they did this. You know, if the bombs hit and destroyed the building, this is what it would look like. This is badass. Okay, more of those, please. The stash crates, that's what I want. Yep, there we go, just like that. Well, don't have too much trouble with this novice lock.
Nice.
What? I did myself again. Good boy. Scared me. Yeah, that one scared me. He just comes up out of nowhere. Ah! There you go. Get on him. Time that robot's doing something. He's shooting him up in the back somewhere. Okay, well, I found what I could. Nothing's been safe. Not even a wrench. Okay, well, here's the stash. Oh, dog meat. Hey, you knew I was looking for that, huh? I understand. You want some attention, buddy. I get it. Yeah, I get it, dude. This is Bethesda trolling me.
See if he had anything worth taking.
Okay, troll something over there. Alright, so there was another Minutemen there. Okay, wasn't there something to Preston Garvey and his little group trying to make it a settlement here? And then they got chased out, I guess, by the Raiders and probably the ghouls too. And so you have these some Minutemen that were left behind or killed before they could retreat or something. I'm betting it's something like that. Because I think that's the story with Preston Garvey. He's been pretty much chased from one area to another. By just circumstances and situations. And seems like the Raiders have been kind of trailing him and so on and so forth. Harassing him at every turn. And anyway. So I guess this was their... in Concord, that was a failure because the Raiders chased him out of there too, right? And so we can assume the Raiders would come after them at Sanctuary. That's cool. We got something waiting for them. We got some defenses up. I know that. Those turrets will tear something up.
Hey.
Let him carry stuff till he can't carry anymore. I see ya. Doing the pack mule thing. There we go. He's still carrying stuff, huh? Good deal. Alright, well that leaves us room. Okay, now what? Expect to get ambushed immediately. Oh, that carries. Nice. We'll eventually move on to an automatic pipe gun. Seeing as they don't have the 10mm SMG, which is what I had my heart set on modding, turning into a little custom bit of awesomeness, but that's not a thing. And they don't really have much in the way of assault rifles either. In fact, I think they only have one assault rifle. Guns have to be a future DLC. I don't know why they would take all the guns out just to sell them to us later. Well, maybe I do. I don't want to think about it. But whatever the case, the two that I was really looking for just don't exist. The pipe gun. Guess I could have my own homemade version of it. I might experiment with that. I might see. It depends on how it looks too. It's got to look cool. A fully silenced 10mm SMG, especially one with a good long suppressor on it, you know? Really cool looking gun. That would be cool. I mean, looks are part of it. If the gun's good, that's okay. But it doesn't have to be great. It just has to look really cool. Shows you where my priorities are, right? But I'll get by with whatever. I just want it to look badass while I'm doing it. It's one thing to kick ass. It's another thing to look good while you're kicking ass. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I think it's time to go make a drop off. Go ahead and get all my gear back from dog meat, and we'll go ahead and throw this stuff in the thing, and then we're gonna head straight back to the assembly plant and start taking out the rest of those raiders. I think that's the next order of things to do. All right. Thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top. If you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play, click that image in the middle. Should send you straight to the playlist. All right. Appreciate you watching, and catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.